Now this is a capo. It's used to hold strings down in musical arrangements. Sometimes they're using guitar folks know what that is. What we're going to do is not going to use it in between frets like a capo is normally used. We're going to use it just to pull the strings down on the number 1 fret. So they're just bringing in contact with the number 1 fret, but not actually in between the fret and the nut. So what we do now is we come down to somewhere down in this position down here. Now the guitar police are not going to come down and arrest you if you don't use the 22nd fret or the 18th fret or something like this to bass the other end. Remember, we have a little bit of a bow. For string relief, we have a little bit of a bow in it. And what we want to do is we want to measure that amount of bow. How much relief do we have? Most guitarists like about 10 or 12 thousandths, what we call relief in there, and it's measured at the 7th fret. So what we do is we come down here to this one. We press down on this end of the strings. It really doesn't matter. You can do on a single one if you want to. And you come down here and you just measure. And see, we need to have, this is 15. I got a 15 out here. We got just a little bit more than 15 feels like on the bass E. And treb E is about the same way. And again, the reason I say it doesn't really matter so much down here is remember your truss rod is anchored somewhere down in this piece from here to here, and it's to bow the thin part. It's not going to bow down here anyway, so it really kind of doesn't matter down here exactly where you measure. It really doesn't matter, just as long as you're on that end. And it bows this way. Now again, if you needed to take some of that curvature out, you would tighten your truss rod. If it's a little too flat for you, you would loosen the rod and give the strings a little bit more time to pull them back this way. Now it's going to flatten out your tone. You'll have to retune it each time if you make a truss rod adjustment. Next thing we are going to do is we're going to recheck the tune, and then we'll check the pickup heights. Okay, we're in tune. Our neck's in good position. We didn't have to move our bridge. Let me show you something on the bridge. The bridge adjustment on this Epiphone is very similar to a Gibson bridge. What you would do if you wanted to raise or lower it, you would make an adjustment here and or here if you were in fact off when you did your dry measurements back here significantly. Now we weren't, so we didn't need to make that adjustment. Now for the pickups, to measure pickups, I have a bridge distance of 1/16 or the equivalent. That's going to be the 21, 20, and 22 gauges here. And what we'll do is we come back here and we try to check at the pole. Let me get it down here. The magnet, we come to it a little bit. It's a little bit close. And we do the same thing on both sides. They're exactly the same. Again, it's just a little bit close. To make an adjustment, we take these little screws in the middle on these humbuckers and make the adjustment down. We're going to turn it up. Let's see. Yes. See? Now we got the clearance we need at the pole. We're in good shape. Now for the neck pickup, we're looking for 94 thousandths or 3/32, and that is what, 21, 20 through the 17th. Let's see, 20, 20, 20. Let me sling them out here. Through the 17th, and we're going to check them the same way. Check them at the pole here, which is where the screws are, and here they're just perfect. And again, you do the same thing. You'd adjust up or down with these two screws here. These four are mounting, these two are your adjustments up or down. Now the last thing that you would do, the very last thing, is you would recheck tuning one time. And see our little tuning gauge, the way our tuner goes. Let's put it up here. Okay, now don't do this to me. There we go. So you get the green light, we're in good shape. Now, intonation, all you do is you have this little screw here. On a LP, Gibson, they're backwards. The shoe is in the front and the adjustments is in the back. But on this SG epi, it's in the front. And what you do is you adjust the screw forward or backwards to shorten or lengthen. If it's sharp, if the note is sharp, you have to adjust this way. And you go to the 12th fret, you check it open, and then you check it at the 12th. So we don't need any adjustment. Again, we would make that turn right there on the bridge with a little baby screwdriver, ta-da, and turn it in or out to get the shoe to come forward if we're sharp, to go back if we're flat. And that's all it takes to adjust intonation, and you do it through all 6 strings.